And we are live. Welcome back. This is the Two Pipes podcast. This podcast is sponsored by SOS Screen Printers. They do large format printing, screen printing, vinyl printing, and they print on t-shirts, golfers, hoodies, workwear, caps, PVC banners, licensed stickers, product labels, posters, mugs, car lettering, vehicle graphics, signage, posters, magnet stickers, and various other signs. We also print for, when I say we, I'm staking a claim in the organization, baby, promotions, biker clubs, motor clubs, sport clubs, clothing brands, political parties, events, religious institutions, reunions, schools, and contractor PPE. You can contact SOS Screen Printers on WhatsApp at 067 110 4020 or 072 828 9793. You can find him on Facebook at SOS Screen Space Printers and on Instagram at SOS_printers. And you can also go visit him at his business place, 5 Vragomsingel, Lowell, Vredenburg. That's it. Spiwe Ntuli, proud founder and owner and a very good friend doing good quality printing at SOS Screen Printers. This bra is legit. You know, he's venturing into other things also now, like signages on his car, car graphics. I don't know what you call that. Rapping, yeah. I know it's been out for a while, but he's actually doing that now too. There's exciting stuff happening, and he is the proud sponsor of this podcast and also printer of our merchandise, 2PP. This is the Two Pipes podcast, and it's your host, Gareth, and we welcome back after a long while, Garth.
Yay! I'm back!
Welcome back, bro. It's been a while.
It's been a while, my bro.
I had to have some two guests over in the previous episode just to fill your spot. And guess what? That shit actually went well. I think we should get more guests on for sure. You know, especially when we talk about sensitive topics that require a woman's perspective.
Yeah. I just want to thank MJ and Griffin. MJ, I know MJ. Griffin, thanks a lot.
You got a fan out here, bro. You got a fan. You don't got what I need, boo. Yeah, no, welcome back, man. It's good to have you back. How does it feel to be back, boy?
Feels good to be back, my bro.
Yeah, man.
Feels good.
You know. It's been
a long week.
It's not the same, you know. In fact, it's not the same for me because the chemistry between us, I feel, makes this podcast, but it was good to have other people's perspective. But I have to say, we got some good, positive feedback on that.
Yeah, we've got some good feedback. I got some messages from myself that I got personally for the last podcast that was published.
Yeah. Same here, bruh. You know what's nice? It's nice when, you get people that were on the fence about this idea. And I think that happens generally. People don't wish well for you generally, right? And then they go, man, you're just fucking around, But actually, few people hit me up and like, what's this thing 2PP that you keep posting on your WhatsApp status? And I'm like, it's a podcast, you should listen. And they're like, oh my God, this shit is legit. And it's fucking funny. Not just funny, because we're not comedians.
It's not just funny, it's fresh.
And
it's
they keep saying...
It's straight from us.
And they keep saying that shit is so real and relatable. And, it's just nice getting some positive feedback after a while, You get some negative feedback, but then you get those important messages that just makes you go, you know what, fuck it. Let's do another episode. This is going to keep me going because when someone comes to you and say, you know what, I was going through something like that. And you guys shed light on it and made light of the situation and also stated the important points that had to come from that and your lessons learned. It really, really opened things up for me and I feel much better as a person now. And then it sort of clicks. It's like, you know what? That's why we do this, man. We're not doing this for any other reason but to just share what we have experienced. And some of the stuff is maybe not what people want to hear. And that's where they actually say, you know what? I didn't like it at first because it felt so real, but I had to put my emotions aside so that I can digest information because this is not shit we just made up. we're not here to make up stories. This shit happened. This was real. And this, you just can't take away from that, man. And even if you're offending, there's something about the realness of it that people respect.
Yeah.
Do you understand? At least he's open. At least he's honest. At least that's real. It's not some bullshit story that you made up for likes or clickbait or any of those shit. Anything to say about that, boy?
Yeah.
I think you should just do this podcast alone.
No.
You haven't been. Your people's missing your voice out here, man.
Episode 2 was all about me and my situation I was in, and episode 3 actually shed light on it. It actually showed me that what I was doing, it actually brought a positive back from the outside.
Okay. That's that. It's been an eventful week out here, bro. There's so much shit we wanted to talk about, but we have to sort of narrow it down.
Yeah.
We have to talk about this enough is enough, the woman's aspect of things. A lot of people actually ask us, are we going to talk about this on the podcast? I actually want to hear your perspective because I know you guys don't agree with everything, but we'll get into it. Enough is enough. There's a lot of woman shit that went down this week. There's that xenophobic attacks in Johannesburg.
Even Robert Mugabe, oh man.
Chester Williams died.
Chester Williams, bro.
At 49,
At
bro.
49. I heard that on the news when I was in the shower.
I
News
checked it now just before the podcast started, bruh. That bruh's a legend and he died, bruh. That like puts your...
My
it
sincere
really,
condolences to the family, though. It's
there's a lot of
wasn't
tragedy,
easy.
man, bro. Also on another tragedy, the petrol price went up by 11 cents and we didn't even notice because we were fucking worried about the woman. That came out wrong. But
Yeah, that came out wrong.
But the point is that there's been so much controversy this week that we have missed out on.
Yeah, we actually focused on other things in the media without noticing that the petrol price actually went up. The petrol price went up by 11 cents.
Man. Did you even see that shit coming, man? You told me, I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, but still, sincere condolences to all the family that lost their daughters and sisters over the week.
Yeah, let's talk about this woman's abuse thing, because I have a theory, right? But let me hear your perspective on it first, and then I'll tell you what my theory is. And it's not a theory, it's just I feel like that, you know, there's concerns from my side when it comes to this woman abuse and femicide and no is no and enough is enough and the writing on your hands.
Yeah,
you know,
the writing on my hand was like, no means no.
Man,
guys, please, man. If a woman says no,
this is your perspective.
This is my perspective.
You know, we're not only dealing with rape here, we're dealing with all
kinds.
All kinds. First things first, have you ever hit a woman?
Nope.
Ever?
Have
you ever like mushed a woman?
What do you mean by mush?
Mush is like
push away, like
in the face, like just get away from me.
No.
Sorry about that. I had to do it.
No. I haven't hit a woman before. If it was sibling rivalry, it's that's something else. Okay.
Oh, so you had.
But that was sibling. That was like in the younger age and that.
Hey, man.
But in today's life, guys, no means no. Okay. Yeah.
Is that it?
No.
That's all you have to say about this whole shit.
And I think.
Don't steal my theory. Don't steal my theory.
Yay! I'm busy here.
I spoke about this to you in the week and you were like, Gareth, you can't say this on the podcast. But don't steal my theory.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Because
it sounded like...
No. Listen, man. I spoke to a woman early this morning, right? She wanted to get my view on things.
What's her name?
I'm not going to mention any names. Okay. I spoke to a woman this morning. She actually asked me...
What is this woman to you?
She's just a colleague.
A friend?
A colleague.
Okay.
Okay.
No, don't bring work into this.
She asked me like, what's my view on this? Okay, and why do men do these things and that? What's my view? Okay. Then my answer to her was that this is a mindset thing. Okay. It's also got a lot to do with how you were brought up.
Yeah, and what is your definition of being a real man?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my view on this is that what you feed your mind is what you're gonna get out.
Okay, explain.
If you feed your mind a whole lot of crap, like these underage porn and all of that shit, then you understand?
Yeah.
Like you're constantly feeding your mind with porn and how it should be and all of that. You got that
wait.
graphic. Wait, listen, I'm busy.
Okay.
You got this graphic idea of what it should be like. You understand?
Okay.
Now you see this woman. And this woman actually matched the description that you actually fantasized about. Okay. Then you don't have that self-control
Okay.
to actually distinguish between right and wrong.
So you're saying that porn is a big influencer in a lot of the way
Main thing.
men find women attractive.
Yeah.
So what type of porn do you watch? So you can just send out a signal based on your theory.
Okay. The thing is, when you watch pornography, it shouldn't be
Be violent.
violent, or it shouldn't no. Hey,
Amen.
hey.
Amen.
It shouldn't affect your actual life. You mustn't make your life 90% about porn
Let me see.
and only 10% is of your life.
In the last 7 days, I watched 2 hours and 8 minutes
Of pornography.
of one website. Woo! That's bad, bro. that's close to how much time they spend on YouTube, bro. That's very unproductive. But over 7 days is not that bad.
Over
man.
7 days, it's
It's
actually, the thing is,
Anyway.
the whole idea around this is that you shouldn't feed your mind things that you actually don't want out of life. Understand? You need to prioritize as to what's important in your life.
Oh yeah.
And if you feed your mind crap's gonna come out.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's a mindset thing.
Do you think there's ego involved also?
Yeah, a lot of instances there was ego in this. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Here's my theory. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Here's my theory.
Okay. Cool.
First things first. Disclaimer. I don't condone violence against a woman. Not at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
I will never intentionally lift my hand up for a woman, and I get physically upset when I see it happen to others. And I speak from personal experience when I've seen other women being abused, and I know from experience now that violence doesn't solve that problem. Where I had close friends of mine physically abuse their girlfriends in front of me, and then I get upset because that's not right, that's not how I was brought up, and I'll get this brain a chokehold, and that makes things worse because they have to go home together, but besides that, they're together the next day, and then you're not cool with your friend because, you done, physically had an altercation with him, but the woman still stays with him for some whatever reason, and that happens a lot, bruh. More often than you know, these women stay with these men that abuse them. I have family members that are still married or still in love with their partners who physically abuse them, that we had to go and put out of the house, bro. Like, I grew up in this environment. Do you understand?
We just need to put it out there that abuse is not love. Abuse is not love.
Okay, cool. I get it.
Okay. And if you're in an abusive relationship, that's not love.
It's hard to see past it, bro. When you know, nah, people tend to see the good in other people also. And I think, look, we need a woman on here to really give a proper perspective of what it is that goes through a woman's mind when they stay with these abusive, life-threatening motherfuckers, right? I looked on the internet and there's surveys done that women are actually attracted to men who are capable of physically killing them and are violent by nature. That's a thing, bro. Like, there's women who are married to guys who are in prison for murder for the rest of their lives, maybe coming out later on in life. Do you understand? So, the thing is,
People are getting married to people in prison.
oh, wait, that's crazy, bro. But now that's besides the point. That's just to say, look, I don't condone that shit. Here's the thing that I find concerning. There has to be a face for a movement. And when the media gets involved, they put a face to the movement. This week, there was a face to the movement alongside other women that have also been abused or killed, right? And people said enough is enough, and we're going to take to the streets, and activists and politicians and everybody got involved behind this movement, which is a good thing. But I get concerned when it's like, I feel bad for the families of people who were not mentioned.
Yeah.
Although this movement is for them, it's like, this has been happening for a while. This has been happening. Don't take away from the other lives that have been lost or the other people that have been abused or raped. Like, I feel like when this trends in media, man, that's what I'm trying to say. And there shouldn't be something we discuss now for the next couple of weeks and then
All of a sudden it's gone.
where the next week we
And then
move
it
on
just
to
happens
another
again.
topic, and then this should come to a resolution, and the problem should be somewhat put as a priority, as something that needs to be solved going forward. Do you understand? We had rhinos the other month.
Yeah.
Rhinos were being poached, and they're still being poached, but that, you know how the trends go. And I feel like these big media conglomerates, which are a few in numbers, have so much power that they decide which way the media moves. And it's very clear. I was speaking to my bride at work the other day, and he brought up something interesting. I don't think it was the rhinos. There was a water crisis. There was lovers' quarrels, people being murdered by the lovers. There was gas in transit heists.
And that's still happening.
Hey, bruh.
That's still happening, and no
Do you know
one's
what I mean?
reporting on it.
No, I'm sure there are, but what I mean is...
No,
it
but
was
it's not trending in media.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's like being a hot topic for a certain time, and then everybody gets involved, and then we find something to care about. The world has become so small by news and how we consume media. If I go to Twitter, like, it's so much information coming out. You don't even know what to feel when you wake up. You're like, oh, what am I going to care about today? Let me look on my social media, what's popping in the news, or on Instagram, or on Facebook, or on whatever. And then that's what we choose to care about. My concern is when we don't have independent thinkers. And I can see that because we have attended some of these rallies and activist conferences, and we've attended these little marches or meetings that we've had about this, and you can see that it's just, and I told you, bruh, I'm sitting next to you and I'm telling you, listen, bruh, there's something that's not genuine about this. The independent thinkers, and that what I'm trying to say is there's people who didn't wake up this morning knowing that they're going to care about this and now are trying to care about this. And it's good that we care, but this is, I prefer when it comes from a genuine place. I think everybody is hopping on this bandwagon until the media dies down and don't continue with their feelings and hate towards what's actually happening. Do you understand?
I agree.
That's the negative side of it. The positive side, on the real, is that this has nothing to do with race.
Yep.
For once.
It's got nothing to do with
This
race.
has nothing to do with race. This is all
Thank
women
you.
who have been abused and killed, and we're standing up for that shit. Like men, women, this is just one great movement that's got nothing. This is about humanity. Like this is like I'm a human being, you're a human being. And it's not to say we don't care about men, but this is women. It's almost like you have the Women's March. Now, it's not to say we don't care about the men, but this is about them.
This is about the woman.
Let's focus on our energies towards the fact that we do not agree and do not condone the sort of activity against women.
And this is actually defamating our whole country. Like, Gareth, you know that you got feedback even from abroad.
Oh, yes. 2 people. This was... Look, I've got a couple of contacts that are in Europe, and they actually WhatsApp me to say, Gareth, what the fuck is going on in South Africa? This is not even a South African thing. Like, I don't know what picture is being painted there, but it seems bad that, like, your country is going to shit. And that's when the xenophobia came up and all these other things, because they're seeing xenophobic attacks, the riots, the looting, all that shit. And then they're seeing what's happening in Cape Town with these big marches against women that have been killed in the last month. It's crazy for them. And they're like, Gary, you should move out. I'm like,
it happens
dude,
every
this
day,
happens
bro.
every
And that's
other-
sad. It happens
day.
every day.
It's
I don't
crazy,
know.
bro.
I don't know what the mindset is.
how do you think fundamentally could solve this problem?
Yeah, bro. I have
That
no
question
idea.
was asked at some point during the day, boy.
Yeah, it was asked at some point during the day.
What
and
were
there
your thoughts?
And there were a lot of answers.
Good answers.
Good
by the way.
answers.
Good answers.
And my thought on it was that I think with this whole movement, right? Everyone's focusing on what a woman should do to protect herself, what she shouldn't wear, and all of that. But it isn't about that. A woman can wear what she wants. A woman can be who she wants. It doesn't mean that a man can pervert on that.
Oh, yeah. And it's summer now. Them summer dresses are coming out. Boy.
So it's all about the guy's mindset out there. You understand? Like, guys, you need to control yourselves, man.
you need to show discipline.
You need to have self-discipline, and remember, just think of it. It could be your mother, it could be your sister out there. It could be your kid out there. So don't go and do something to someone else that you don't want to be done unto yourself.
Slow clap for you, boy. That sounded very... I wish Cyril Ramaphosa said this shit. I don't know what he said. He said some shit, but people weren't happy. But,
Yeah.
bro, like, that was well said.
Yeah, Cyril Ramaphosa wants to up the sentence to rapists and violence against women. I don't think that will solve
the
anything.
problem.
No.
That's not going to solve
You
the
should
problem.
focus on your
That-
guy's mindset in your country. In your country, focus on what are the guys' mindset in your country.
How do you value your woman in your life?
Wait, bro. You know.
All we do, subconsciously or not, is for these women, bro. The way I get dressed, cut my hair, I think this is a mistake. This is premeditated. I'm looking at my face right now. This ain't clean
My face is hairy, man.
for no reason. Hey, man, you're still in hibernation.
Yeah.
I'm out here. Okay. I need to.
You know
You
people
know-
can't see you, right?
I know they can't see me. But they can picture
I wish
this.
they can see you now.
Dude, do you know that all trends of men lifestyle is because of women? Think
Yeah.
about it. Back in the day, we used to wear baggy t-shirts because the girls liked the gangster look with the baggy pants.
Yep.
Then the girls decided, fuck it, we like skinny jeans. What? Skinny jeans? That doesn't look like I was never for skinny jeans. People started telling me, Gareth, that 2 jeans you have in your cupboard, too baggy. Just wear skinny jeans. I'm like, no. Leave that gay shit. I don't want to show my calves through my jeans, but this ain't no jiggings. Like, just, no, bro. We do that for women, bro.
Yeah.
Men used to cut, you know,
You cut the party.
I'm a colored, my hair is not so alhamdulillah. So now,
I
when
brush
woman,
one. You know I can brush one.
bruh, the mohawk was installed on high school. Mohawks. I can do a mohawk. It's fine. I leave that to the guys like you know, who can still couple like a bit of glycerine soap or whatever will do the trick there. But
You just go bold.
away. Prison break, baby. Prison break. I was like, the bitches like prison break. Let me get my prison break on. The one thing I worked, there was that at work for Khaled me. There was a fader. The fader was vital.
The fade is still in.
Fader's still good, but I can't do a fade because my hair's falling out on top.
Yeah,
So
no, sure.
looks like it fades and then fades back.
Like an upside down fader.
Came full circle, right? Then there was patterns. Remember patterns?
No, I don't know that because I never had the need to.
What?
To
Patterns,
draw
bruh.
a pattern.
I used to draw patterns in my head, bruh. Hey, man, I was cool then. Hey, I even got me a machine just to cut patterns. And that's what the power of... I mean, now we got, what is this, dreadlock shit?
Yeah.
All these fuck boys wearing dreadlocks with the hair cut off on the side. No, man.
Yeah.
No, man. If girls is... I bet you, know. And I just wish all the women can get together and realize how much power they have and come up with the most ridiculous thing that they like.
Yeah.
And see if men are willing to do it.
No.
I think the dreadlock shit might have taken it too far. Or what do you think it was? It was the long hair.
The long hair and
The long hair was a bit annoying.
and the comb over. Guys being
this-
GSDing their hair with a
this-
comb over.
this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You did that.
No, I never need
You
to
did that.
But
You did that.
listen here.
You did that.
Listen.
What?
Listen.
You did that.
Listen.
What?
I did it.
Hey,
But
man.
I never had the need to GSD my hair. I just combed it over.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
I just combed it over. Like, I wake up in the morning, I comb it over and I walk.
No. And
And
you
then-
thought that was... Let me do that. No. I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
At least I didn't go sit in the salon to look like it.
Oh, you didn't need to. You didn't need to. You got them hairs, boy. You got them curls going on. You know what I mean? Hey, man. What I'm saying is, they got the power, and like, I mean, we're trying to make light of the situation, but it's a serious matter, man.
This is a serious matter.
And it's sad because a lot of families had to bury their family members. A lot of fathers had to bury their daughters. While Damas is playing in the background.
Yep. And I think that Dharma song, right? Yay.
Yo, the way you switched topics there was like, oh yeah, by the way.
That Dharma song, right? I like that song a lot, man. I like the song a lot. Right? Yeah. But guys shouldn't interpret that song wrong. Okay.
How they gonna interpret it wrong? Okay.
Like, being up onto woman that's not into you. My bro, you know when a woman is into you or not. If a woman's not into you, just move over.
I'm looking at you
Okay.
like someone who has been out of the game for some time now. How do you know a woman is into you? What are the key signs?
You remember our little dilemma in Woods?
Gooi your CV in.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
one.
a clear indication of
You know when they laugh for like you funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, you know you weren't funny at
It's
all.
like it was funny. I mean, you're not gonna your egos into play.
Yeah.
It was funny, but it wasn't that funny
Yeah.
when you're laughing. Like that extra funny, like you just entertaining. I don't fall for that, but I know where I stand on the funny scale. But that's one for sure.
Yeah.
Playing with your
so-
hair, exposing your neck.
Yeah, so
That's a definite.
So you know when a woman is into you and when a woman is not into you. And when a woman is not into you, bruh, just move over, man. Please. And because that is when that action starts when you go against what a woman wants.
Okay. I'm confused now. Like a motherfucker. No, you're not gonna smoke. Explain.
How do you mean I must explain?
You just said that goes against what a woman wants.
Exactly.
What goes against what a woman wants?
If a guy keeps rubbing onto her and she doesn't want shit,
Did she say
do
no?
you think that's okay? Like if a woman tells you no continuously, tell you no, and you think it's still okay for yourself to rub up against her?
I don't play these games, but I'm trying to catch a case out here, man.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
trying to catch no case.
So then we agree.
We agree?
Okay, cool. That's what I meant.
Okay. I'm just...
What?
Let's clarify something. Because this came to my mind now.
Okay.
When I was trying to think of something and the thought didn't come through.
Okay.
People, this is very important. People. Exactly my point. People who be listening to this podcast assume that we are sober. Hell no. No.
Drinking since 8.
Dude, people comment and talk to us like, you know what you said there was. I'm like, did you know I was drunk? Like, you're counting my words here, man. Like, I listened to the podcast the next day. I'm like, oh.
But we're still gonna publish it.
I said that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, please, guys, just understand that sober, we will say a lot of things and we do talk a lot of shit. But we try and do this podcast on our off day when we have some free time and we necessarily enjoy
Some wines.
some wines,
And some pipes.
some pipes, and we drink way before the podcast, right? Way before. And then we decide, you know what? Let's do a podcast. The reason why we do it, that we're not encouraging alcoholism.
No, we definitely not. We don't encourage alcoholism because we're not alcoholics.
But we're staying true to how the ideal was incepted.
Yeah.
To say, when we were a bit tilted, we said, you know what would be cool if we just record this?
Yeah. And you know what? Me and Gareth, we are not people who will talk these things while we're sober to other people. We're not that spontaneous, okay? We're spontaneous like that.
What?
Listen, man. Let me finish.
I disagree.
We are spontaneous when we are together. We speak a lot of kak, okay?
Okay.
And when we have some wines, we actually tend to speak some truth. And that's why we're recording it.
That's borderline offensive in most cases and controversial in most cases. But the thing is,
It's the truth.
exactly. I wanted you to say
It's
it
the truth.
because that's why I said I disagree. Is
Yeah.
because I say wild shit on the general. I've been told you're almost like mention names, but I've been told. But you should actually write the book about some of the shit that you say. Because it's sayings like, you know, here's what it is because you got to do what you got to do when you say you're going to do what you do.
Yeah.
You understand?
Like
But-
sometimes you mix up that words, especially when you drive.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the thing is, it's just like, all we're saying is, don't take every single word and say, oh, but you said it like this, or you did like, fuck, man. We're just ranting out here, man. There was a lot of shit that went down this week, and we felt the need to talk about it, give our perspective. There's good and there's bad to it. And especially with this woman thing, I feel we're touching a touchy subject here, and we wanted to get a woman's perspective on this, especially one who's a feminist. But we thought, you know what? Garth hasn't been here in a while. Let's just do it, between us, dedicated to Garth, as a welcome back
Why
to
do
the
you want to
podcast.
dedicate it to me?
Bruh, you were missing in the previous podcast. It's not the same, man. Just get it. And I know you're looking for compliments, but it's okay.
No,
That's okay. Okay. It's a 2PP, not 1PP.
It's a 2PP.
Baby. But look, the thing is just, it's a sensitive topic, right? We wanted to get a woman's perspective, but we got us guys out here. So don't take this in the context of the fact that we're disregarding anything from a woman's perspective. We can only speak on what we know. And my feeling about this, especially when the media gets involved, bro, we're gonna now, for the next couple of weeks, have to sit with a lot of cases where a woman went missing and went murdered, right? And at some point it's gonna come to an end. And how it's gonna come to an end, Lord knows. But I feel like we're gonna be reaching too hard, and then people's gonna be like, you know what, this is going a bit too far. This is not for me. And then it dulls down without coming to a proper resolution. And that's my concern.
Yeah.
But I like that we're all standing for the same thing and focusing on the same thing, so that we don't be out here condoning or supporting.
We don't condone violence against women and children. Not at all.
I don't think people would also publicly admit that they do.
No, people don't. People don't. They're like subtle about it. They will be out here in the same meetings you are, supporting you, and they go home and just beat the shit out of that woman.
Ooh. Flames, boy. Do you know a guy who abuses a woman?
Nope. Not at the moment. Do you know?
Yeah. Sure, I do.
So what are you gonna do about it?
That is a very good question.
Seeing that it's
You see,
it's a sensitive topic.
that's the problem. I'm not doing anything about it.
Now, I think you shouldn't. I think.
Am I wrong for not doing anything about it? Or do I feel like
I feel that
it's none of my business?
No, I feel that if you are aware of it, okay, and you are actually in contact with that person.
Oh, I can tell you what I did do. Spoke to, okay, when the event went down. When the event, the thing, the deed. No, but I think you were going to say what I was going to say. Is that because I actually did something about it. I spoke to my friend. I said, you know what, bruh? As your friend, I respect you as my friend. I like you, man. You're my bruh. But this guy code and what it means to be a guy. But I don't agree what you're doing with it. That's not how you should behave, man, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get involved in your situation because it's not my place. But as a friend, just know I don't respect what you're doing there. If I see that again, I might react differently as your friend. But please, I understand where you're coming from, because a lot of the time it's based on ego and very, very importantly, insecurities. A lot of the shit comes from insecurity, bro. When you suspect someone's cheating, or you suspect, like, men can lose their mind over their wife's or girlfriend cheating, bro. Men lose their fucking mind, bro. Do you know what I mean? That pokes at your ego so hard. Like, why am I inadequate? Do you understand?
Why am I not enough?
If I'm not enough, no one's enough. And then that's where it starts, bro, that insecurity. So I spoke to him and said, you know what? I know there's insecurities, but there's better ways of dealing with this than acting physically, because that lady is not as physically gifted as what you are.
Yep.
And until you get physically gifted people fucking you up, which is gonna be me, I just said I'm physically gifted. but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna know what it feels like.
Yep.
But that doesn't solve the problem. Because guess what? You're going to go home and be like, oh, so I had to look like an ass. Then your ego gets involved again. And then it doesn't. It's just a cycle, bro. But I
Yeah,
did
bro.
speak
I think
to the people
I think
that know.
that's a good act from your side. Like actually trying to put an end to whatever this friend of yours is.
Okay. You know what? I don't want to talk on this woman thing too much. It's been a sad week. It's been a really sad week in that regard. And we've had a lot of fake outrage. And I don't like fake outrage. I like when it comes from a place. And I get it, man. People want to stand up and represent. And that's fine. We can... No, wait. We can get to that now. On a positive vibe. Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Me, bro. Khabib, bro.
Justin Poirier.
Me, bro. Sunday morning.
Sorry guys
Yeah.
to switch up the topic, but hey, man,
Khabib.
we've been talking about this Khabib fight for some time, man.
Yeah. It's been a although it's been a sad week, it's been an exciting build up.
Oh my goodness. South Africa played today.
Yep.
Okay.
Against Japan.
We have the Japanese, sorry guys, we don't trust y'all. Sunday morning. For those who some backstory, UFC, MMA, Khabib, lightweight champion versus interim champion Dustin Poirier. Who do you think's got the fight and why?
I think Khabib's got this in the pocket, bro. My money's on Khabib.
Look, obviously, if you were a betting man, you'd say Khabib.
Khabib. Yes, definitely.
That's what you would say.
Definitely, bro. Ain't nobody can escape that grip. If Khabib's got you down, bro. He's got you down.
That's from some of the fights you've watched.
Yeah, definitely. And if a guy keeps Khabib loose, then maybe. But if Khabib gets a hold of you, if Khabib's get a hold of your ass,
Hey, Khabib's.
my man is on Khabib, man.
You know, it's just funny that you laugh at it, but like he mauls everybody. That bruh's ground and pound game is second to none. His grappling skills, that sambo wrestling, that background, being a 2-time world champion in sambo wrestling and then coming to MMA and completely just running through and dominating every single opponent who's been a good striker. Look, the debate comes up like this, especially with Conor McGregor's fight and now with Dustin. A good striker, meaning outside the guard, he will fuck you up. Dustin Poirier will knock you the fuck out and pour them hands on you all day. All fucking bring lunch. But
Poirier better stay loose.
a wrestling background dictates where the fight takes place. Meaning, if, like you said, he gets a hold of your ankle, even a little hair on your forearm,
Let's talk.
and he
Let's talk.
talks you, hey man, starts whispering in your ear, let's talk now. Let's talk. Hey man.
I will smash your boy's face.
Dude, that's scary, bro. Like, there's two things that's scary. Russians and Arabics. But when you have a Russian guy with an Arabic accent, I'll smash your boy. Woo! You're just like, hey man, this like, and you see they get taken down, man, they look in their eyes like, what the fuck am I in this cage with? You're in a cage with an animal, bro. It's a different type of pressure that you feel from a wrestler who can hit you at the same time. And I think Dustin Poirier doesn't have experience with that level of grappling.
Yeah.
That Sunday is going to be very interesting. Because you have about 1 minute to knock Khabib out and let him not stand up. Because if he does, Ebra is going to come out with it. The ground and pound game, bro. And it's hard to escape because it ties you up so quickly. Next thing you know, you're in a Kimura or crucifix and he decides,
especially
you.
Especially if he gets that one arm under you.
And it just clips it. He just holds it against you. Full mount. Past your guard. Keeps your one arm in and just smashes your boy. Smashes your boy. And he will smash you until... Look, the guys, I mean, they just
until you tap out, man.
You can't defend it, man.
Yeah.
Once you in that position and with that level of grappling, it's just hard. But it's exciting because we have a good striker. Dustin Poirier has been through it. He's got a lot of experience. So he's going to come with that experience. He's going to know what game plan he should employ best with Khabib. But we're going to see if us being able to execute because Khabib is another type of animal, bro. I was a fan of Conor McGregor because of the shit talk and all of that, but you know, he got a bit disrespectful. And I liked him because he walked the walk and talked the talk. So when he spoke cock about you, he actually fucked you up in the ring. But then I started becoming a fan of Khabib. But when I saw them match up, I was like, you know what? I'm torn here. Because I know Khabib, he ain't gonna say shit. He's gonna be like, yeah, don't worry, me and your boy, we in the match.
I don't talk outside of the ring.
Oh, but we gonna dance inside, boy.
Yep.
We gonna dance.
Yep.
It's so much fun to watch two men beat each other.
It's energetic, especially at 4 a.m.
Is enough. Okay. Oh, this fight has been coming on a while, but I got smart money on Khabib. I won't be surprised if it's an upset, but this nigga unbeaten, and he unbeaten for a reason.
What about the woman fighting? I like Amanda Nunes.
Amanda the Lioness.
Amanda Nunes.
She's not all woman. She likes girls. But yo, she bad, bro. She
fights.
She got them hands, man. Like, but she already ran through a whole division. So like there's no one more. Maybe a Cyborg rematch would have been nice before Cyborg got a contract cut off because of some dispute with that guy. I don't want to mention his name, but he's an asshole. But anyway, but with that guy. But so like she got a contract cut off, but other than that, she has nothing to prove. She got 2 belts and she fucks everybody up. I look at her fights and I go like, you know what, if that was my wife, bro, and I cheated, she can run.
Oh, she gonna beat your ass.
Oh, she gonna knock you out. Where have you been, SA? Come here.
What was that one fight we watched?
Oh,
when it was a few
bad,
seconds,
bro.
a few second fight.
Oh, she not. Oh, that was Masvidal.
Yeah,
Masvidal and Ben Askren.
Yeah, it was like just like out,
Pink
out. And so I didn't even
That
stop.
was flying me out the gates, boy. That was. Look, MMA is nice for the knockouts and stuff. Look, it's bad for your health. You can get damaged inside there with your brains and all that, your soft tissue. But the technique of applying whatever martial arts background you came from makes it exciting, bro.
Yeah.
And it's an exciting time because Dana White has taken the UFC from a place where it wasn't regarded as that high caliber MMA platform to a place where MMA comes to. So everyone from Glory Kickboxing, everyone from I think it's One FC, they coming over to UFC to fight the best. We have a South African also from EFC who's now fighting in the MMA. I think he might be fighting Sunday morning. I will just have to double check. But it's now where the best caliber athletes are. And I think all weight divisions are exciting. And yo, bruh, like it's good to watch. Good quality fighting. That's unpredictable, man. It's really unpredictable. But we have something on the cards for Sunday morning that is just
definitely. We've
Can't
been looking forward to this for the past.
I'm watching the build-up
for the past
I'm watching the training.
week, 2 weeks.
I'm watching the countdown, the weigh-ins.
We even appreciate the host city Abu Dhabi.
Oh wow. Oh man, fighting in the desert, baby. But like, look, I like that they're taking it outside of the USA every now and then. But I think just yeah, man, I can't say enough about the excitement around it. We might be excited and then the fight lasts a few seconds. Who knows?
Yep.
That might be disappointing. But look, in the end of the day, there has to be a winner. Finishing klar. That's it.
Gareth McKellen.
What are you looking for?
South African fighting in the UFC.
I didn't tell you something about me.
His name is Gareth McKellen. Look out for him. He's fighting in the UFC. South African.
Yeah. Today, man.
Yeah.
Look,
making us proud out there.
it's good to be back in Friedenberg with the podcast.
That's EFC. He's fighting in EFC.
Yeah, no, we don't play them games, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, anything else you want to touch on? Mr. Mugabe?
Oh, man.
Sad, not sad?
Sad.
Not sad.
What I think is my touch on that story. Okay.
He fought for the liberation of his country to go die in another country. To improve himself. That's all I gotta say on that, man.
The thing is,
Fuck that nigga.
expropriation of land without compensation started in Zimbabwe. Okay. And Zimbabwe, we know where they're at in economic status. Okay. Now the exact same shit of a land expropriation without compensation is happening in South Africa.
I've selected.
So, what do you think is our future when land expropriation without compensation is actually active in our country?
Says someone who has already expropriated land.
Yeah, but it was with compensation.
You're
Okay.
all into that one. Bro. I'm sorry. You can't say shit about this. Garth is uneducated on this topic. Sorry, guys.
No. Gareth's wrong over there.
Dude, it's not.
The thing is, I've been following.
It's a false equivalency.
Land expropriation
It's a
without
false
compensation. Listen, man.
equivalency.
Listen.
It's a false equivalency.
Listen.
You can't compare Zimbabwe to South Africa in what way?
Land expropriation without compensation happened in Zimbabwe. Okay. They given the land to people who doesn't have the skill and resources to actually work the land.
And you think that people...
No,
who
man,
got the land here-
listen, let me finish.
Okay.
Now, do you think that if in South Africa they take land that's actually been worked and is actually a benefit to our country and they give it to someone who doesn't have the expertise, who doesn't have the resources, who doesn't have the contacts to actually work the land, what's going to happen to that land? Are we still going to get mealies? Are we still going to get corn? Are we still going to get anything from that land? No. That land's going to go to waste. Okay. I'm talking about land that's actually being worked at the moment. Land that's actually benefiting our economy at the moment. If government takes that away from those people who actually has the resources, who actually has the contacts, who actually have the expertise to work that land. Take it away and give it to someone who doesn't know shit. Do you think that land is still gonna add to our economy status?
I think I agree with you. But I don't think that I'm the best person to comment on this. I'm gonna just admit it. I'm not educated enough on the expropriation.
Okay, cool. That was just a question.
Because I don't care about that too much. I don't know enough to give a sound comment, right? What I can say is that we need to be very careful about how we manage our comeback to undo everything that happened in apartheid when it comes to land expropriation, education, the work economy, all those things. Like it's hard to undo the footprint that has been left by apartheid, and especially when you visit places where they do not understand the concept and the effect that had. The biggest thing is that, and it comes back to what you said about the land, about the land that has been worked, that comes from generations of found knowledge of how to manage these things, right? And the same with education, the same with jobs and empowering people and putting them in managed positions to understand how to run a business on operational level. It's like you're dealing with a case where, and Asanda, look, good friend of mine, he explained this nicely when he said that you must understand that we all on about this because, and it's not going to be perfect in the beginning, because we grew up with a generation of people that were not allowed to be educated.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to take uneducated people and just punch them into positions of power, which is not a good. And we've had it at the highest level in our country, which is unknown to anything else in the world, bro. So the problem with that is that the world take a generation of children coming through these institutions and through
getting the education and actually the experience,
getting everything that's required. Like, I know a lot of the smartest people I know are black. Let me put it out there. At university, these people that came from Uganda, Kenya, who did A-levels, Congolese especially, even Botswana people.
Definitely. I've been studying with even Namibians, Congolese.
Smart. Nigerian brass are smart, bro. And they're hardworking. Like, I can see them doing great things in the future, but they have to come through the system. What we're doing is we're trying to employ policies on a high level and working it backwards, bro. You can't do that.
It doesn't work like that. You can't do that. It's not going to benefit the economy. Okay. It's just gonna bring us down.
Do you know we're not sober when we're talking about the economy? This is typical of the colored, drunk person. Okay. I don't know how we came here.
Okay, cool.
We start out with women, and now we're talking about land that you own, by the way.
You went to Mugabe.
Okay, Mugabe. Sorry, man. You know what?
Condolences to Mugabe's family.
I watched a couple of videos of him, and he said some crazy shit. And he did a lot of good for Zimbabwe. But I think the power that he didn't want to give up was his demise. I'm sorry. And I don't condone, or at least I don't wish death upon anybody.
But you don't condone his actions, but condolences to his family.
Exactly. You know, I might not wish death upon you, but don't expect me to mourn with all these other people, okay? I don't know you out there in Zimbabwe. Your mustache.
You're drunk.
You know, doing your thing. Out in Singapore. I haven't been to Singapore. What you doing there, boy? Hey, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Two Pipes Podcast. We focused on women.
Man, I think next week, just let's not talk about women again. Fuck.
We can't talk about women. It's just this week.
Yeah, we had to.
We have our sincere condolences to the families who's actually lost family members, daughters, sisters.
I wouldn't wish
mothers.
that upon any family or my family. I love my woman, and I love what you guys are doing, moving together for one situation. You know, it is what it is, man.
That's 2PP for you.
It is what it is. Cheers, guys. This was the Two Pipes Podcast from the West Coast. First podcast in Freedomburg. What more can I say? The best.
Yay!
Yay. Well done, guys, man. And subscribe to Two Pipes Podcast on YouTube, our only platform.
We don't have Facebook.
And send us an email at twopipespodcast@gmail.com.